And then same thing, let's do 4. Oh.
Hello Pilates friends, it is Tory from Body Vera Fitness, and today we have a 30-minute dance-inspired or dance technique cross-training type of Pilates workout today. I hope you enjoy, but before we get started, go ahead and answer the question of the day so that I can get to know you a little bit better. All right, let's get on with the workout. So our first move is going to be on your back, so go ahead and get down onto your mat. On your back, you're going to find a neutral spine first, and you're just going to swing your leg in kind of a pendulum motion down and around and really rotate the hips. Yep, just like that. Come to center and then swing the leg and come back to center. Perfect. So trying to keep those shoulders flat behind you, but it's okay if they move a little bit. This is just to get your hips nice and warm, feeling that internal rotation across the body. Beautiful, because we're about to do a lot of turnout. So keep going here, feel all that mobility through the hips. You might even feel stretching in your low back. And our next one is going to be our arm circles with this added like side lying position. So go ahead and reach arms forward and then swing to the side, let your knees fall to one side and circle the arms down and around. Beautiful. All right. And then we go the opposite way, I think. Yep, down and around and go other way. Oops. That plant is going to drive me crazy, but we're just going to roll with it. Keep going with those arm circles. Beautiful. Okay, now we're going to move on to our ab prep. So arms are reaching out in front of you. Find that neutral spine, little curve in the low back. Inhale here, nod and flex on your exhale, and inhale, lower all the way back down. Good, and nod and flex. Press those shoulder blades down and tuck the rib cage in, pull it towards the hips. Perfect. Inhale as you release. Exhale, nod the chin, flex it forward. All the tension goes into your core. Oh, there's something on my pants. Yes, keep going. Nod and flex. Inhale as you release. And exhale, press it forward. Inhale, come back down. All right. Now, we're going to move on to our ab prep plus the 100. Let's keep a nice, even breath pattern here as you do this. Just making sure that you're really bending through that thoracic spine. Your rib cage is tucked in and pulled in towards your ribs, and you're maintaining that neutral spine behind you. You can look between your thighs. All right, go ahead and relax for a second. Yes, turning onto your side, your stomach. And you're gonna have your fingertips underneath your head. Your butt is going to be squeezing. We're gonna inhale as you extend the spine up, and then exhale, come back down. Beautiful. Inhale as you extend the spine up, and exhale, return it back to the ground. Just keep going here. You're maintaining that neutral position of your low back by squeezing your butt. Perfect. And you're lifting your whole chest off of the floor while looking down, maintaining that nice curvature, that neutral curvature of your neck and your upper back as well. All right, now fingertips are by your hips. We're just going to scoop those hands and feet in together in little pulses. So nice even breaths here again. You're going to use your inner thighs, your shoulders are working. You're feeling pretty much your whole entire body engaged. This is why I love Pilates. So yeah, just keep going here. Tapping those heels together, squeezing in towards your midline. Nice, keep breathing here, even though it's hard to breathe in your extension. But yeah, go ahead and fold back into child's pose position. Yes, countering all that extension that we just did by folding forward. All right, now we're moving on to our seated, or onto your back. And we're going to open up the knees with your feet together and extend the legs out. We're gonna have your hands behind the head, flex it forward, and pull one knee in into kind of a passe. Yes, and then extend it back out. The challenge here is to keep your hips as stable as possible. Even as that knee pulls in, you're gonna keep your opposite butt attached to the floor. Good, so you're really, really seeing how your turnout actually is. It's a nice, honest turnout gauge. Your turnout is probably better than mine, and that's okay because I'm old. Okay, keep going, pull it in. Inhale as you release, and I also haven't danced in a while. And release, keep going, pull and lengthen, and pull it in. Beautiful, almost done here. Okay, now we're gonna change it up a little bit. We're gonna do our obliques with your knees in that pas de chat position. So, Inhale here, and then exhale, you're going to nod and flex the opposite way towards your opposite knee. Good. And then inhale as you release, all the way down to flatten your spine. And release. Exhale, nod and press to flex, and release. You're going to actively turn your butt and your rotators in the hips on to keep those knees nice and wide. You're also keeping your hips stable behind you. Make sure that you're not rotating as much as I'm doing right now, but just keep your opposite butt on the mat as you do this. Good. Get that shoulder completely off of the floor and press. Inhale as you release, and exhale, flex it forward, opposite shoulder to opposite hip. Yes. Okay, now let's extend the legs out. Just stretch out for a second, back into that Padishah position. Reach your hands up front, clasp your hands together. We're gonna nod and flex forward. Just a couple of these, just basic ones, and then we'll add the pulses in a second. Good. So we're going to go exhale and inhale, release, and exhale, press, and adding that pulse, 2, 3, and inhale, release, and exhale, nod, press. We go 3, 2, and release. And we go 3 and 2. Sorry, I cannot count. Last one. And bring it back down. And exhale, pulse. 2, 3, inhale and release. Okay, one more, and then we're gonna do our single Padishah with the oblique. So you're going opposite hand to opposite knee that you pull in. So finding your legs nice and extended out to start in turned out position. We're gonna go opposite hand to opposite knee, flex that opposite shoulder forward and release. Exhale, nod, press, flex, and turn and release. Press and twist. Inhale, release. Really get that opposite shoulder off. That's where you're getting the most efficient ab workout here. Keep going. Inhale, release, and a press. And center. Flex it forward, looking towards your opposite hip. Nice. Last one here. And then we're gonna do our same arm, same leg. So it's probably better to just look at what I'm doing. It's hard to explain. But yeah, your same arm and leg are both gonna be doing the same things. So you're just follow. Inhale, center, and flex. You're going to turn opposite from your bent knee. Yes, and a press. Sorry. Press to flex. Inhale, release, and press. Nice. All right, relax here. We're gonna take it into our next move. All right, just relax for a second. Now we're gonna do our fascial hip lift. So you're gonna widen your stance a little bit, bring your feet out a little bit more, maybe outside of your hips. Open up the knees, lift the hips up, close the knees at the top and lower. Open, lift, and you can go out to as far as your turnout will allow. Nice and controlled here. Press, close the knees completely and then lower. Open wide, lift the hips. Close the knees completely and lower. Good, now we're gonna reverse. So keep the knees together, open wide, lower, and close it in. Good, this should feel pretty good on the hips, really. Especially when your knees are closed and you're lifting the hips in the air. Perfect. All right, one more, and then we're just gonna do our classic hip roll. So bring your feet back into center in line with your sits bones. We're gonna inhale here at the bottom, and then exhale, tuck and roll your butt into the air, but make sure that your abs don't poke out. We're keeping everything connected. Sink the rib cage in first and roll it back down through the spine. Inhale here at the bottom. Exhale, deepen those low abs. Find your butt and ab connection and slowly curve it down. Tuck that rib cage in and let it sink into the mat first thing. Yes, so curve it down, articulating through the spine like a string of pearls. Beautiful. Okay, now we're gonna move on to our paint the wall. So lift your butt in the air, hold it there. Point your leg up to the ceiling, pointed foot, flex the foot to lower, and inhale to lift it up. Good, again, lower and lift. Lower and lift, bend that knee, switch to the other side. We reach it up. We go for a lower and a lift and a lower and lift. Exhale, lower, inhale, lift, bend, and switch. The challenge here is to keep your hips stable. So watch them, like actually look at your hips. Make sure not one of them or neither of them are dropping as you do this motion. Keep that rib cage tucked in too so you're able to see the hips. Beautiful. All right, now we're moving on to our external and internal rotation. So lift your right leg up, flex the foot. You're gonna turn your toes out, starting from your hip and in to parallel. Turn it out and bring it back in. Beautiful. Just getting all that rotation in through the hip. It's great for your extensions. Perfect. And control and close and open. Good. So this motion is coming from your hips. Just remember that it's your external rotators inside the pelvis doing this work for you. Relax from here. Okay. Take a couple breaths and then we're going to move on to your side. So shoulder is locked in, elbow is right underneath. We're going to do an externally rotated bend and stretch. So as you can see, we're doing a half side plie. It's kind of like you're jumping in the air. It's a jump. Yeah, bend and stretch. Inhale, bend and stretch. Beautiful. Keep your body aligned. Nice, and stretch, bend and stretch. Now we're going to turn out that leg just like we did in that hip lift position. So turn the toes up and back to center and open. Beautiful. This is so hard, I know. And out and in, but it's so good for your turnout. Out and in, out and in. Lovely. Keep your low abs firing. You should feel everything in the pelvis on. Yep. Turn out into your number 4 position. Beautiful. Okay, now moving on to our side pendulum. So this one is also probably easier to watch. Just keep your toes pointed the whole time. I flex it here, but don't pay attention to that. So bend the knee as you bring the leg forward and swing it back. So straightening the leg at the bottom, pull the knee in, straighten the leg at the bottom, pull it out. Good. It's kind of like an attitude swing, but in parallel and on your side. Yep, so your abs are helping you out here. Hopefully you're feeling your side butt working, those abductors to keep you stable when you're turning and press or balancing in general. And knee comes forward. Swing the leg out, back into your parallel attitude. Lovely. Nice. Yeah, you can keep your arm in fifth or whatever you want to do with that left arm or whichever arm you're using right now. Okay, now we're going to extend the leg out. Let's do our hip lifts. Oops, I meant hip dips. Okay, so top leg is extended out. You're just going to use your bottom, butt, and abs to lift your hips in the air and up. So notice how my head is kind of tilting with my body to match the line. Make sure that's happening for yours too. So as you lift your butt up, you're going to maintain that neutral position of the spine and tilt your head with your whole body. Good. And now let's do a pulse of the top leg. I have externally rotated. I've turned out my top leg. Good. Keep going. And a lift and relax from here. Okay. Take a little rest. Hopefully that whole hip is just feeling nice and warm and maybe even sore. I don't know. Okay, let's go ahead and do something before heading on to the other side. Our coconut, aka rolling like a ball, but I'm just going to call it coconut because it's easier and it's less letters to type out. And back to center. Exhale as you tilt and roll onto your thoracic spine. Make sure it's not rolling onto your neck. You don't want that to happen. So keep your tension in between the shoulder blades as you roll onto your back and release. Good. Tuck and center. So really making sure this is an ab workout. It's not just like a fun momentum thing to do. It's an ab workout. So hold that tuck the whole time. Beautiful. And roll it back. Inhale, center. Nice. All right, let's try a little balance here. I am slightly failing. Yeah, so just balance here. And yeah, we're gonna do our half roll back. Oh gosh, that's where I knocked it over. Whoop. Anyway, we're going to add to that balance. So back into that kind of teaser position with your legs nice and straight. We're tucking and rolling onto your thoracic spine, but this one, don't go too far. Just very, very controlled. Deepen the abs. I am not great at this. I think I mentioned that before, but we're working on it together. Tuck and roll and find your center. And yes! Balance. And relax for a second. Nice job. Whew. Yeah, we're gonna get better at that together. Fold forward, relax here for a second. And now we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Starting with our bend and stretch, externally rotated. Okay, ready? So we're flexing the foot and press it out and point. Inhale as you bend, exhale as you point. Beautiful. Check in with your rib cage connection. Make sure that they're not popping out or sinking in towards the mat. You want to keep everything nice and tight. That's my child. His pants are too big for him. Don't mind him. Inhale, bend. Exhale, press. Apollo. Bend and stretch. Good. All right, now we're going to do our external rotation of the feet. So rotate it up and come back to center. And rotate and center. Beautiful. Out and in and out. Lovely. Keep going and out and in, isolating those nice rotators in the pelvis. Perfect. All right, we're gonna move on to our sideways swing. Gotta get him out of the way there. There we go. Magically. And swing it back. And pull the knee in and swing it back. Good. Keep those toes pointed. Make sure that you're straightening the leg at the bottom. And then bending the knees as you swing to the front and to the back. Lovely. Keep going. Pull it in and swing it back. Nice. Forward and a swing. Okay, check in with that shoulder girdle connection. You don't want to be sinking in there, but yes, go ahead and find that position with the straight leg on top. Let's do our hip dips and up and a lower and a lift and lower. Beautiful. So hopefully this side is much harder than the other side because your butt is already worked out. And lower and out and lower and a press. Good. Hold it and we pulse with that leg externally rotated. So turn it out. Perfect. Nice. I know. What a burn. Okay, relax from here. Nice work. Now we're going to turn onto your hands and knees. I'm going to face the other way. Whew. Take some big inhales here. We're going to do our leg pull front prep, but externally rotated. So bring your heels together. Toes are tucked, knees out wide. Lift the hips up and lower. Knees come up just like 2 to 3 inches off the floor. It's a nice, gentle movement, but it's hard. You're going to feel your abs firing. Just make sure that your spine stays in the neutral position. Don't let your back fall forward or arch, overarch, I mean. Beautiful. All right, now we're gonna do the straight up bird dog. So back into parallel position, opposite arm and opposite leg are going to extend. Don't let your pelvis move, okay? Keep them centered, keep those hips centered. And bring it to center. And exhale, extend. If you feel your body shifting, don't lift your leg up quite as high. This is not like a show off of how high your arabesque can go behind you, but it's to keep your pelvis stable. Yep, and center. Exhale, press. Lovely. Now we're gonna do our windshield wipe. So we're gonna keep your arm and leg extended out. So find that position, and then you're going to swing your leg out to the side as well as the arm, kind of doing a windshield wipe with the whole body, and come back to center. Good. It's pretty difficult. And center. Keep your knee in parallel position. Perfect. And out. And center. That looks great. So you're using your isometric glute muscles and, okay, yeah, relax from there. And your abductors in your hips. Perfect. Okay. Now we're going to do the other side. So find that balance. We're rotating from the center out to the side and back in line. And press, come to center. Lovely. And center and out and in. Keep going here. All right, relax. Fold into child's pose position. Beautiful. And now we're gonna move on to our quadruped port-a-bras. So arm goes out to the side in second position. Let your fingertips drop. Okay, it's just like you're upright, but you're on all fours. We're gonna do a pulse in fifth position and then come back to second. Yep, out overhead in fifth and pulse. 2, 3, and arm out to second. Keep going. Up, elbow is wide. Keep that chest nice and open. just like you would when you're actually dancing. Pulse, 2, 3, and out to the side. Tuck that rib cage in, guys. Mine is falling forward, I know, just don't do what I'm doing. Do what I'm saying. 2, 3, and out to the side. Also, make sure that that elbow that your weight is on is not fully extended. We don't want to hyperextend there. Yeah, so, and come back to center. And we go pulse, and 2, 3, and out to center, and relax. Beautiful job. Let's do a little crisscross of the arms. Feel that nice trap stretch, and switch hands. It feels so good. Yeah, just be gentle with yourself. Don't go too far. Okay, now we're going to go on to our stomach again. We're going to bend into a breaststroke prep to the side and bring your arm in fifth. It's just easier to see what I'm doing. So you're going to swing your body to one side, sweep that arm with you, out into fifth. Yep, and then come back to center. And then other way, and coming back to center. Beautiful. So you might feel this in your QL and your low back a little bit too. Squeeze your butt and up and over to stretch. Lovely. And press and a center. Swing and a center. Yes, that looks great. Okay, now we're gonna do our shoulder drops. This one, it's kind of hard to feel, but once you do it correctly, it feels really good. So you're gonna twist your whole spine to one side by dropping your shoulder down and come to center. And twist and center. Yes, just make sure that you're still in that neutral position of your butt and your low back. Good, feeling that extension, but also that rotation that is coming through your thoracic spine. Beautiful. And center and a drop. We do quite a few of these just because it felt so good to me at the time. Good. And center. Lovely. Keep breathing here. Sorry, Apollo's trying to get into this room. Please, Apollo, no thank you. All right, folding back in a child's pose position and relax for a second. Beautiful job. Okay, we're gonna head onto your back. So go ahead and slowly roll down, find your neutral spine at the bottom. And we're gonna go into some scissors. So kicking both legs out, you're pulling one knee in towards your face, pulse, 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 and then release. So pulse, 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 and release. So we're going 3 pulses each side. 1, 2, 3, and lift, and exhale, 2, 3, inhale, center, exhale, 2, 3, and switch. Perfect. All right, now we're gonna move on to our externally rotated scissors. So turn out the toes, flex the feet. It feels awkward, but it's good for your turnout. And center, and 1, 2, 3, and center. 1, 2, 3, and center. Beautiful. That looks great. Keep your hips as stable as possible, maintaining that neutral curve in your low back. Don't smush your low back into the mat behind you. Good. Keep going. All right, relaxing here. Beautiful. Now just twist your knees to one side and kind of stretch out your back here. Should feel pretty good. Look away from your knees to get even deeper into the stretch. And then let's go on to our opposite side. Yep, just taking a little break here. Opening up the chest. Lovely. Okay, now coming up to your seated position. Let's do our hands and knees. We're gonna move into our leg pull kick twist. Okay, so this one is it's kind of hard. You're gonna twist your knees to one side and bring the bottom leg up using your inner thigh strength. Come back to center. Let's try it one more time on this side. Just twist the knees, kick your bottom leg out. It's a breakdancer move. So yes, dancers, you can do this. We're gonna twist and kick and center. You can flex or point that leg. It's up to you, or that foot. Nice, just making sure it's kind of a bouncy motion. It's pretty playful, although it is hard and exhausting. Keep going. Inhale, center, exhale, twist, and center. Lovely. Keep it up. We're gonna keep working on this move and I'll bring it up in future workouts, so stay tuned. And center. Yes, relax from here. All right, now we're gonna move into our fascial obliques. where we're just gonna twist your knees to one side, come to center, and then twist the other way. So you are meeting in the middle with both knees. And this one is also another bouncy motion. It's great for your fascia. You're gonna feel your spine really actively twisting here. It's pretty intense, honestly, and center. You can lift your knees or bounce your feet off the floor if that feels okay with you, or you can just kind of do a gentle twist. Go ahead and fold back in a child's pose position, relaxing. Beautiful. Yeah, take that breather. It's well deserved. All right, we're gonna come up to standing now. So go ahead and meet me up off of your mat. You can stay on your mat if you want to, but I like doing this on the bare floor. So you're going to hinge forward and slide one leg out. Yep, your goal is to keep that knee, that standing knee, nice and aligned over the second toes. It's pretty hard, surprisingly. And then we're gonna go to the side. Ready? After this last one, we're gonna bend the same way with that standing leg, but kick the leg out to the side. And press. Yes, keeping the knees aligned. So that means your butt has to turn on, and feel those external rotators that we've been working on this whole class. Now to the back. Good. Making sure that you're hinging your whole body forward, and that includes your head. So don't overextend your neck, because it makes me crazy when people do that. Just kidding. Go ahead and keep going. And center. Now we're gonna add some arms. So we're sliding that front leg forward as your arms go into fifth position and come back in, stack the spine to first-ish. And press forward, hinge forward, and center. Fold your body, all that weight on that standing leg as you carefully slide that foot out. Nice. Now to the side, start in second position. Now bring your arms over to fifth. Yes, hinge from the hips and come back up. And hinge from the hips. Beautiful, and back up. Lovely. Keep going. Last one here. Now to the back. Arms start in first. We're going to send the leg back behind you as your arms come to fifth and center. Fifth and center. Again, keep your head in alignment with the rest of your spine. Last one. Beautiful. All right. Let's do the same thing on the other side. All right. So hands on the hips. We're going to stick the left leg out. Fold into your squat. Ooh, this one is shaky for me. Yeah, keep going here though. Send it forward and center. Check in with your knees. Make sure that your butt is turned on to keep the knee out to the side, in line with your toes. Good. Now to the side and center. I really need to work on my right side, huh? And send it to the side. Bring it to center. Last one. All right, now to the back. Keep your spine in good alignment so you're creating one straight plank line with your body. Good. And send it back. And find your center and send it back. Perfect. Keep going. Now we're going to add the arms. So starting in your first position, fold forward, arms come to fifth, and bring it back up, and fifth. Lovely. Keep your neutral spine nice and engaged. Feel those low abs firing. Your butt is working on that standing leg. Good. To the side. Second position, out to fifth. Beautiful. And to fifth. Lovely. Keep those elbows nice and wide. Framing your face. All right, other or to the back. Send it out and stack it up. Beautiful. And up. That looks great. Make sure that the rib cage stays tucked in here. Inhale, center. Oh, yeah, we're done. Take a shake. Nice job. I'm just checking how much time we have. Keep breathing here. I know this was a lot. So now we're going to spread out your legs a little bit wider. Nice. You're in a very wide kind of warrior two position. So go ahead and turn the one toe out. Turn that knee out in line with the toes. Arms go out to second position. We're going to do a spine twist, Pilates style, with this yoga pose. So we go twist, 2 and 3. Inhale, center. And a twist. 2, 3. Inhale, center. Lovely. Twist. 2, 3. Don't mind Apollo in the background. Excuse me. Press 2, 3. All right, now we're going to add a side bend. Okay, so you're starting with your arms out to the side. Hold your knee with your one hand and then stretch up and over towards that bent knee. And coming back up And exhale, side bend. You can let that hand slide down your shin. Up to you. Up and over to stretch. Lovely. And center. And up and over. Inhale, stack it up. Now, other side. Turn that other foot out. Knee is gonna bend over the toes. We're gonna do our spine twist. 2 and 3. Inhale, find your center. Other way. Twist. 2, 3, and center. Lovely. Keep those hips and your feet nice and stable. It's just your spine rotating on top of the hips. Beautiful. Nice, and center, and exhale, twist. 2, 3, and center. All right, now we're gonna add our sideways bend, so let your hand kind of slide down your shins and come back up to center. Up and over to press into that side bend and stack up the spine. Beautiful, up and over. Inhale, stack it up. Nice. Make sure that your abs are still on here. Yep, sliding those feet back into center. All right, now we're gonna do our roll down. So starting up, sitting up tall or standing up tall, reach those arms overhead, nod the chin forward, tuck the ribs in, abs are engaging as you fold slowly forward. We walk out with the hands, 3, 2, 1. Lengthen into your plank. We push up and stretch, and 2, and press. I do micro push-up bends, just so you know. Hinge the hips up. We go 3, 2, 1, and slowly come on up after you bounce it out. Yes, releasing all the tension, and coming all the way up. Round those shoulders back behind you, and we're done for the day. Beautiful job. Thank you so much for working out with me. Sorry about this chaotic video, but I hope you enjoyed. Love you so much. Bye bye.